Hello and welcome here to Talk FCB, and welcome to the video where I basically talk about the squad that Luis Enrique has chosen for the upcoming match. And today we are taking on Eibar. That's later on. A few hours time now until the match kicks off. Very, very big game at the Camp Nou. Certainly one that we must win. Real Madrid in action in just an hour's time against Levante. They'll probably win that game, which leaves us needing to win against Eibar to keep the gap coming into the Clásico. So, just looking at the squad that Luis Enrique has chosen, there's a few things that I'd like to talk about and a few things that I'd like to bring up to see if you guys have the same opinion. The first one is Thomas Vermaelen. He's still not being included in the squad. Now, he hasn't been included in any official squad yet this season as he continues to struggle with injury. Now, the problem with Thomas Vermaelen is this is not a new injury worry. It's a lingering thing, which makes it a little bit more worrying. But what I would say is he's nearing fitness. It won't be too long now, and I know I've been saying it for weeks, but now it appears that Thomas Vermaelen is over the worst of his injuries, and he's now going to be trying to come back into training. He's been training on his own for most of the week, but he has joined in lightly with some of the sessions, but he's not done enough full training to be included in this squad. I would say the match after the Clásico, we're looking at the end of October now until he's going to be back in the squad, but hopefully when he does come back in, he can make a good impact, because I think he could be a very, very good signing. We've just got to make sure we've got to try and get him fit. The second thing is Martin Montoya. I really do not understand the situation with him, because at the end of last season, you'll remember it, around January, February time, he was entering the last few months of his contract. Now, Barcelona offered him a new deal, and they didn't know if he was going to take it or not, but apparently Barcelona offered him the chance to stay at Barcelona and increase his playing time. Now, Montoya, of course, said, that's great for me, I want to stay here, as long as I'm playing, I'm happy to sign. He signed a new deal, but somehow he's just not getting the game time, and with this season, with Dani Alves being on very, very poor form, he's had some bad games. Of course, he's nearing the end of his contract. We've got a transfer ban, so we can't sign any more right-backs. Douglas is injured, so surely this was a game now to put Montoya in, to try and give him a chance, try and give him all the game time possible, so he can try and convince us that he is the right back to step up and try and fill in when Dani Alves does eventually leave us. Now, Montoya is not being given the opportunities at all. Eibar at home, if we can't even play him in a match like that, then you could say that, we're resting him to play him against Ajax in midweek. He's young enough, he's still a young enough player to play both of those games. We need to be playing Montoya whenever we can. It just has to be done. He's got to put him in there, he's got to trust him. I'm not really sure what's going on. I'm not sure if Luis Enrique is not convinced by him. I don't really understand the signing of Douglas, and I'm not really understanding why we're relying on Alves all the time just to keep playing when we could just rotate it. So I'd like your opinions on that, guys, in the comments below. What are your thoughts on the Montoya situation? That is one that is confusing me a little. Great news, though, is to see that Rafinha is back in the squad. He's been out injured. He's had a thigh injury for the last few weeks. He's been lingering through it. He's been in training. He's been out of training. It's been bothering him a bit, but he's in the squad today, and I do expect him to play. It's a very, very big game for him because he's not been played yet this season in his favoured role. He loves to play in the attacking midfield position, quite deep. He likes to roam, he likes to dribble, he likes to get the ball, he likes to run at defenders. We saw him at Celta Vigo in that attacking midfield position, and he was brilliant. We don't want to see him out wide right, we don't want to see him wide left. He's not a forward player, he is a midfielder, he is a creative midfield player who create chances for the players in front of him. And I hope that we see him today in the lineup, because he can be a really, really good player, and he's one of the best young players that we have. And I just want to see people give him a chance, because I've seen some people already say that we've not seen a lot of him. When we have seen him, he's been in that attacking role, the striking role, and that's not where he wants to be. So we need to give him a chance, we need to get behind him, and we're going to have to see what he can do. Now, today I think we may see Adriano play. He's not had a lot of game time this season. I think he'll rest Jordi Alba, because apparently we're looking at the Clásico, and we're thinking of playing Mathieu left-back. Now, I'm not sure if that's something that you guys have heard, but I've looked in the papers. Certainly Sport and Mundo Deportivo are implying that we could possibly be playing Jerry Mathieu left-back against Real Madrid, which would be an option, but I'll be talking more about that next week, going over the team, going over the lineup. That'll all be next week. The massive build-up to the Clásico will be on this channel. But so far, we got Adriano, we've got Dani Alves definitely playing today, because of course he got nobody else. Centre-backs, probably Piqué. Bartra should get a game today for sure. And then you look at defensive midfield, which is another interesting one. Sergio Busquets rested today, which is a very, very interesting choice. He's not even in the squad. Neither is Sergio Samper. I'm quite disappointed at that. I would like to have seen him come into the squad today and get some more game time. Of course, we saw him earlier on the season against Apoel Nicosia. He played very, very well. So that leads me to believe that Mascherano will be the man deployed in the defensive midfield position. Ivan Rakitic again completely rested today, so expect to see Xavi come into the lineup, and then it's whether Iniesta will be picked or it'll be Rafinha in that creative midfield role. Up front, we're looking at Neymar, Messi, Pedro is in the squad. There's been a lot of fears about his fitness, but he's absolutely fine. Luis Enrique said that he's training as normal. He's absolutely fine. He needs to do something, doesn't he? He really does. He needs to come out today. He needs to prove himself. He needs to score a few goals. He needs to get his confidence going. And we need to see something from Pedro, because at the moment we're really getting quite depressed by his performances. He's not been good enough this season. He's not been good enough in the attacking areas. He's not been good enough in terms of linking up the play. He's not been good enough in terms of what he does on the ball. So he needs to give us something today, and he needs to put in a convincing performance. Munir and Sandro, one of them will definitely start, I would say, today. The other one will be on the bench, probably come on. Whether he rests Neymar or Messi, I can't really see him resting Messi, but Neymar has had a lot of flying time. He could be possibly a little bit jet-lagged. A little bit tired, maybe. He may get a rest today because we've got some very, very big games coming up next week. So that's the squad for you guys. There's some people being left out, some people brought in. Let's see what the game does for us. But all we know is we need a win. So leave your thoughts below on the Busquets thing. We left out Sergio Busquets, who's going to play defensive midfield. Let me know what you think of the whole Montoya situation, and also let me know what you think about Thomas Vermaelen. What do you think he'll bring to the squad when he's back in and when he is back in? That's going to be a big question. So thanks for watching, guys. Please leave a like. I'll be here very, very soon as well. I'll be giving you all the videos and all the performance analysis after the match is finished tonight. Let's hope for a win, and Visca el Barça.